Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about an essential that you should have if you have any of the modern devices, a smartphone, a tablet, a handheld gaming device, anything that requires power and has a USB Type-C port. This here is a power bank from INIU. They reached out to me and wanted me to review this for you guys, and I said, sure, absolutely would love to. But when I have traveled a fair bit in the past, this is something I wish that I had many years ago. So nice little packaging here. We're going to get this open for you. We'll look at what's included inside. We'll talk about the features of this particular power bank. This is the P41L from INIU. And just as a disclaimer here, before we get started, this was sent to me for review by INIU. However, all of the content here you'll see, all the thoughts and review video will be wholly my own. Now, nobody has had editorial review of the content herein. That said, please always check the description below. If you like this channel, please click subscribe. Please click the notifications button for the bell icon so you're the first to know when there's new content here. And also, please click that like button and use the links in the description below if you wish to purchase any of the products that I review. It really goes a long way to help the channel here so we can continue to bring you more content like this in the future. All right, and pretty easy packaging here. So we've got a nice beautiful display on the front of the actual device, nothing on the top, nothing on the right, and just some regulatory stuff on the bottom of this device here, and again nothing on the left hand side either. So we'll swap around to the back here, just some serial numbers and jargon, and there's an app here that you can download, as of course everything has an app now. So we'll just grab this tab here, give it a quick pull. Let's see what we've got included in here. So we'll set the box aside, and inside, up front and center, we have the actual power bank, and here is the cable / holding mechanism. So if we take this out, that's actually a pretty nice looking power bank, and I love the fact that this cable gets tucked in here. It's quite taut, so you're not going to worry about losing it. It's nice and tucked away. That means you can also use it as a handle, but it also doubles as a storage area for the USB Type-C port. You're not going to snap it, bend it, particularly if you've thrown it around in your bag. There's a button on the left-hand side. If I press this, we can see that we've got 1, 2, 3. So this is 60% battery life remaining in this power pack. On the left-hand side, a nice and simple, quick and easy power button here. Good tactile feedback on pressing this. It feels nice in the hand. We also have a flashlight on the top that's built in, so I believe you can see here, we can toggle the flashlight on and off, nice in a pinch. Very utilitarian. I love that. We have an extra USB Type-C port here at the top, and we have a USB Type-A port. Now these are marked here on the back for out 3, in 2, and out 2. So this is also the port for charging this device, but also when you do not charging it, you can use this to plug into one of your devices to charge that particular device. And of course you have in out 1, so this is the built-in cable. You can use this, plug another USB Type-C cable here, or plug a USB Type-A cable here to charge your devices. Now this one here overall is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack, or a power bank, and as I said, this is the P41L from INIU, and this one has 37 watts hours of juice here. It can deliver a lot of different voltages and milliamp current combinations here. We can see here we can get 5 volts at 3 amps, or even potentially 15 volts at 8 amps, 1.8 amps, excuse me. So we can do some quick charging from this device. Noteworthy here in the specs is that if you look at the spec sheet on INIU's website, you'll see that you can charge an iPhone 15 up to about 70% in 30 minutes. Same story for the Samsung S24, and an iPad Air goes for roughly around 60 to 70% charge off of this power pack in about 30 minutes as well. So it does quick charge those devices and most of your common cases. Now the claim to fame with this here is it's called fast charge power bank designed by INIU, but also the fact that this has what is called the tiny cell technology. So it's much more compact. So here's my Google Pixel 8 by comparison. As you can see here, this is actually quite compact. It is traditionally the size of an actual smartphone battery. As you can see here, it's actually quite thin. So this tiny cell technology allows them to make this device 30% smaller and 15% lighter for your bag and your everyday carry. And of course, in terms of technology and all the protections built in here for charging and using along with your device, this thing has what's called TempGuard 2.0. So while it's charging and delivering power to your device, it's going to be in constant communication and making sure that it charges at a reasonable rate, that it's not going to cause overheating on your battery devices, whether you have an iPhone, a Samsung device, or what other device that you're plugging into this thing. And of course, INIU has their own proprietary 15-layer Smart Protect system here, which has has stuff like, charging low and high temperature protections, discharge low and high temperature protections, battery short circuit protection. You've got charging over voltage, under voltage, charging over current, under current, USB over C, USB-C, USB-A overcharge protection, overheat protection, and just lots of goodies built into this device here, so that if you're looking for a very safe, long-lasting power bank, you should definitely be looking at this one. And what I found interestingly enough is because we have this paw here, and we've got the P41 is the name of this device, but actually what isn't mentioned here, but it is mentioned on their website, and I'd love for them to actually name it here because it's actually a pretty cool and catchy name. This is actually called the INIU Pawsible P41. Get it? Pawsible P41 power bank. So aside from the packaging, all we really get is, some stickers here. We have here a, this is just a card, business card basically for their shop. So as I said, check the, links in the description below if you want to be supporting this channel, if you wish to purchase this device, and you've got some numbers here for support, etc. And of course, this is a user manual. It's very quick and easy. Of course, there's really not much to do here. You can see here, pressing it once will power this thing on. So you start to get charged, but you also see the indicator light. So between, 100% all the way down to 0 to 5% if it's flashing on the base of this paw here. Double press allows you to activate the flashlight. And then finally here it says that you have 3 different devices here, so you can get 22.5 watts out of the USB-A output. You can get 27 watts or 45 watts of power out of the USB-C, 27 watts in for charging this device, or 45 watts of output power, which is quick charging definitely. And then the built-in power cable here allows you to do the same, which is 27 watts of input power or 45 watts of power for delivery to your devices that you're charging. Continuing with some of the specs here, the overall weight of this device is 6.4 ounces or about 182 grams. It's quite compact and easy to slip into your backpack. Pretty much any pocket you'll be able to stow this in easily. And this one here is a P41 E1, as I mentioned, 10,000 milliamps, and it's able to charge pretty much any device, whether it's small or big, doesn't matter, iPad, pair of headphones, your true wireless headphones, your AirPods, what have you. This is going to be a great little handy, everyday carry device for most people. So we'll plug this into our power meter here so we can read how much juice is being delivered to this iPad mini 6. This is the latest generation iPad from Apple. So let's plug this guy in here. And we hear the beep. It starts to charge, and we can see here on this power meter that we're delivering roughly 5 volts and 15 volts. So it's just swapped over to fast charge. 15 volts and about 773 milliamps of power to this device. And it looks like, we're charging right 91% here on this iPad mini. And it's delivering roughly 11 watts of power. But there you have it. So, great little handy tool. And next thing here, we're going to look at my Pixel phones. And right now I'm sitting at battery life. Let's see, how much battery life do I have? 82%. So let's plug this guy in. And let's see what happens in terms of the voltages or wattages, etc. So we're getting here fast charging rapidly. There we go. The Pixel recognizes a fast charger. 34 minutes to a full charge, it says. We're getting 9 volts and 1.5 amps. 15 watts of power, again, roughly delivered from this power pack. So overall, a great product, very simple to use, and an essential have for, I think, everybody who has any of these modern tech devices. And we're seeing roughly in terms of wattages and voltages here, we're seeing 20 watts roughly. It says it can charge at about 27 watts of input. And we're delivering 14 volts at 1.386 amps to this device. So it's charging actually pretty quickly. And we're going to be able to top this device up in no time, which means you'll be ready to go. Alright, well, to conclude on this device, I think INIU has put together something pretty fantastic here. And this has fast charging for all of your devices. It's nice and portable. It's compact due to that tiny cell technology. It's got lots of smart protections on board here to make sure that your device is going to be protected in the long run from using this power bank to charge those devices. It's got this neat tuck-away cable here that fits into the actual body of the device itself. It's got a few different ports here for charging options. It's got lots of different power and voltage and current readings here to charge all different devices at various different speeds. And of course, it's got a very utilitarian built-in flashlight here when you're in need of a light in a pinch, something you could keep in your car perhaps or in your backpack. And as far as pricing is concerned, this is a very inexpensive device and it's a must-have, I think, for all of you gadget enthusiasts here. So for the USD store, you're going to look at about $20 USD, 20 to 25 depending on what sale INIU is running on their web shop. And of course, if you look at the Canadian equivalent, you're going to get about $30 to $40, depending on, again, discounts and prices that are running over there. So I think for that, price point, INIU Tech has provided a very, very good value-packed product here. It looks nice. It's got a great, aesthetic. It's got a beautiful industrial design here. I don't think anybody's really going to be complaining about this. It's got this neat little pausable light here to show you the actual remaining battery power in this power bank, and I think it does what it's supposed to. It's a utilitarian device. It's something you should have in your backpack for those moments when you need just enough juice to get through that meeting, that call, what have you, or that gaming session if you're fragging out. And that's pretty much all I have to say here. If you like this content, please click the like button, click the subscribe button, and click that notification bell so you're the first to know when there's new content available here. And of course, check the description below for links for purchasing in your particular region. It really helps support the channel so we can continue to grow and bring you more content like this in the future. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.